Hello ladies and welcome back to It's Time for Tea. My name is Princess Nay and this is my femininity journey that I decided to share with you. Before we get started, ladies, please don't forget to follow me on Instagram at Call Me Princess Nay. You can follow my business page for when we release our clothing brand at @theindigowoman on Instagram. And ladies, please don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe to my channel, because I can reach more feminine women across the globe. Okay, ladies, so now let's begin. So today I wanted to talk about why you should never chase a man. I know most women refuse to believe they are chasing men, but they are in simple ways that they simply do not need to. So for starters, the first reason why you should never chase a man would be because you are always in control. The reason I say that would be because as a woman, you have to teach each and every man that comes into your life how to treat you. I am very big on allowing a man to lead in love, but the woman has to control things in order to get what she needs out of the relationship so it can blossom. One thing I have learned was that men are natural born hunters and they enjoy going after things they want. I would never recommend playing mind games or dragging men along that you have no true intentions of being with. But if you do find some interest in a certain man, allow him to miss you. Allow him to lead when it comes to date planning, moving forward in a relationship, as long as you feel you are ready for that next step. Personally, when I see women proudly saying they like to spoil men, they like to lead in a relationship, or they are okay with shooting their shot, those normally are women who are desperate for a man, love, and attention, and they typically have learned that from their environments or their mothers or something in those type of ways. The big reason behind that would be taking away the proper order of things, mainly if you want to eventually be spoiled in different ways, let alone become married. I do not believe in messing with the proper order of how relationships should go between a man and a woman. I know some things have worked out for some people, which is great. I always notice one way or another the woman is always suffering in the end, more so than the man. Now, the second reason why I would say you should never chase a man would be because you'll always lose in the end and the man will lose interest. Now, to my knowledge, we all want a fairy tale, and that's perfectly okay because we all deserve it. However, when it comes to dating, moving too fast will never get you there. When you are in the courting stage, I think this is where men should really get to know you, ladies. And let's be clear, no matter where a man decides to take you on a first date, it should never end with a kiss, a nightcap, or any type of body touching. The reason I say that is because you never want to come off as too flirtatious to a man, let alone lead him into thinking you want something when you had no intentions on wanting or suggesting when you're just dating. Men pay attention to body language and they respond better to physical attraction versus mental when it comes to someone that they are actually attracted to. Remember, you both are just casually dating, and if he is used to women taking the lead, throwing themselves at him, which I am sure every man has experienced one way or another, you will go from being looked at to being overlooked, because you are all just like the rest. And ladies, if you want to level up in these relationships, you have to be very different. And don't put on a facade that you're just different when you may backpedal in other areas. Be very clear that this is who you are as a woman, and you're just not going to settle for society norms of what women are pushing today. And ladies, I personally like a balance of feminine and masculine energy in relationships, let alone marriages. And when a woman is tapping into her masculine energy, it confuses men. And if he has the grown boy inside of him, he would easily flip it on you to say that, well, you did this, so that's why I did that. And that is why you have to stay ahead of the game. The third reason why you should never chase a man will be because you'll be perceived as low value. When I say low value, I mean not having any high self-esteem about yourself and now allowing a man to see the value in you as a woman that you hold when it comes to your femininity. A lot of women have made the mistake of telling a man that he should know how it is to treat her, and things as such, like when it comes to her relationship and what went on in the past. As a feminine woman, I like to remain in my femininity at all times, and this consists of never bringing up the past, let alone bringing up things that you settled for, red flags you overlooked, or anything of such like that that caused any type of hurt when it comes to your old relationships. If a man truly wants to be with you and have you in his life, all that shouldn't matter. However, unfortunately, it usually does. And sometimes that is when a man has used things against women in the long run, when she has expressed to him, like, I don't want to be treated this type of way, and he eventually treats you that type of way because you talk too much. He should have the thought process that in your past relationships you have only been treated like nothing more than a princess, and you only date gentlemen, and you will not settle for anything less than that. That is the kind of attitude you have to have when it comes to dealing with men in this type of generation. With a lot of confidence, you have to also let a man perceive from you as well. I say all that to say this. I never want to make it seem to a man that he can figure me out entirely, to make it seem like he can just do less in order to get me. The fourth reason to never chase a man would be because you never know if he's dating someone else. One thing I'm completely against for women would be creating an emotional connection with men when he has not clarified that he wants you in his life as his woman, let alone his girlfriend. He is not making it known to others around him that he is a taken man or anything like that. Pushing a man to make the next step, like saying things like, well, what are we? Or when are we going to get married? Or when are we going to do this and that? It's just completely unnecessary. Men know what they have to do. They know when they have to make commitments in order to keep a woman. They know all this. But if a man feels he doesn't want that type of commitment with you, then fine. Based on his actions, if he's not making a commitment in a due time, move on. There's nothing wrong with that, ladies. There's always going to be another man that's going to want you, spoil you, marry you, and do right by you. Overall, ladies, always make sure the feelings are natural and mutual on both ends, and a man has an understanding. If he wants to be with you, he has to step up. He has to do what it is to be a man, to be in your life. Last but not least, the one of the number one reasons, which is the fifth reason you should never chase a man, is because you have to always maintain the mystery of you being an alluring woman versus allowing anything else to be put on the forefront as a woman. If you don't allow a man to miss you, you're always picking up the phone first on the first ring. You're always answering the phone late at night. You're not holding a man accountable if he was to stop by late at night or anything like that. He just doesn't see value in you, and he feels that you're not a challenge for him. I would never recommend playing mind games with men because you have to put boundaries in place so a man does not feel you are desperate for his love and attention. When a man do see that you are interested, you have to have your life in order and keep your priorities on deck in order for him to not think you are going throughout your day waiting around just to hear from him or to talk to him. Men like to miss you. They like to hear that your day was busy. They like to hear that you have your own life and you're just not one of those women who are just desperate to catch a man. Being a feminine woman, you have to see yourself as high value. Never believe you have to sleep with a man in order to capture him or his heart, because that never works. That also consists of not cooking and cleaning for a man who is just simply not your man. Your body is your temple and it belongs to God. You have to see value in everything about you and go off vibes that feel right to your soul. Never allow the small things that a man do to be okay, that he has now access to your body or access to you in a way that only your husband should have access to you. It's nothing wrong with moving on from someone who doesn't serve you no purpose in your life as a man, let alone if it's leading to marriage or leading to a great relationship. Being in a traditional marriage, let alone a hypergamous relationship that will lead eventually to marriage, is one of the most beautiful things I have witnessed from women who have set those type of boundaries that this is what I want and this is what you have to provide in order to get me. These type of women are genuinely happy in all aspects, and they're not out here settling for 50-50 relationships or settling for half men who think that it's okay to just do the bare minimum just to get her. But I just want all of you ladies to know your happiness has to come first. You have to always believe that you deserve more. And when you get more from a man, that is when you truly settle and believe that you deserve to be in this hypergamous relationship or marriage, because this is who you are. This is what you have to give to a man and what he has to give to you. But that is all for today, ladies. Remain classy and beautiful. Mwah.